Good morning, dear student. Again today in class 5 history, I will continue about the Iron Age. Already I have explained you about the beginning of Iron Age. That is, Iron Age belongs to the followed the Bronze Age. After Bronze Age, Iron Age. Then how in different parts it did not start simultaneously all over the world, but in different time at different parts. Then in Anatolia around 1800. Then we studied about in India, in eastern Vindhya region and central Ganga plain region around the second millennium BC. We find or the people knew about iron smelting and how to make iron artifacts. Okay, so today we will continue from this. The latest archaeological evidence clearly shows that the start of large scale iron production began in around 1220 BC. Okay, so this is important that from archaeological evidence, what do we see? That large scale iron production began around 1220 BC. Okay, so this is important. Large scale iron production began around 1220 BC. This period was the end of Bronze Age. That is, by the 12th century, that period marked the end of Bronze Age, 12 BC. Okay, it is BC. uh, so it marked the end of the Bronze Age and the beginning of Iron Age. Okay, after Bronze Age comes Iron Age. Being cheaper and stronger, iron implements replaced cast bronze tools. So this iron was very cheap and it was very strong if we compare it with bronze. Okay, so this was the reason why iron tools and artifacts was widely used by the people because it was cheaper. Okay, bronze tools were also there, but they were very expensive. So obviously, if any metal which is cheap, the people will go for that. And it was stronger than bronze. Okay, bronze tools and weapons were not so hard, strong, and durable. While if we compare with iron tools and weapons, then iron tools and weapons were cheaper than bronze. They were stronger, they were more hard, they were durable. Durable means anything which lasts for a long period. Okay, so being cheaper and stronger, iron implements replaced cast bronze tools. Then there were major developments in iron metallurgy in India in the beginning of the first millennium BC. So, in the field of metallurgy, that is, let's see the meaning again. Metallurgy, what is the meaning? Science concerned with the properties of metal and their production and purification. That is, any metal. If you have to know the properties of that metal. Properties means whether the metal, what is the degree at what temperature that metal will melt. Okay, at what temperature. Okay, so metallurgy science concerned with properties of metal. Properties of metal, that is at what temperature the metal can be melted. Okay, to give durable uh, shape and size. Okay, so that is the regarding metallurgy science properties and their production and purification to purify, because these metals are found as ores when it is mixed with rock and impurities. So you have to first melt and remove the impurities and the rock particles, and then only you can get the metal from it. Iron, for example, iron ore. From iron ore we get iron. Okay, so in this way you can make this metal production and purify it from these impurities, and then you can make whatever tools and weapons that you can do. This is called metallurgy, science concerned with the properties of metal. Understood what is metallurgy? So there were major developments in iron metallurgy in India in the beginning of the first millennium BC. In southern India, the use of iron began as early as 12th to 11th century BC. So in South India, what do we see? Southern India, the period when iron came to be used, 12th to 11th century BC. Then the Mauryan dynasty, you must have heard, you studied about Mauryan dynasty also. Ashoka, for example, Ashoka the Great. Okay, Chandragupta Maurya, Chanakya, Kautilya. Okay, so the Mauryan dynasty saw advances in the field of metallurgy. So during the Mauryan period, we find advancement made in the field of metallurgy. There was a separate department during the Mauryan period to deal with metallurgy and mines, because Mauryan dynasty had a very large army, and so to supply arms and weapons to those many army soldiers, they needed production of these tools and weapons from metal. So there was a separate department of metallurgy during the Mauryan period. So advancement in the field of metallurgy. We find mention of metallurgy in the Upanishads. Okay, Upanishads are our religious books, philosophical books. They also give us information about the art of metallurgy. Then there was an extensive use of technology of iron in Asia and Europe almost at the same time. That is around 12th century BC. At that time, simultaneously both in Asia and Europe, because these two continents are connected. Okay, they are a single land mass. That is why it is called Eurasia. Okay, Eurasia, EU from Europe and Asia, Eurasia. Okay, so together. So this continent, other continents are separated by what we call water bodies. Okay, either ocean or sea. Okay, they are separated. But Asia and Europe are interconnected. They are single piece of land mass. Okay, only the separation is by the Ural mountain and by the Caspian Sea, but this is a single piece of landmass. You can see it in world map. Okay, so at the same time, there was an extensive use of technology of iron in Asia and Europe almost at the same time. Then the widespread use of iron gave new fillip to the development of civilization all over the world. Because of the use of iron, widespread use of iron in many parts of the world, civilization developed. Okay, civilization developed all over the world in different parts of the world. Then the Iron Age changed the whole spectrum of development and progress. Okay, so this is all about this chapter. Then in my next class, I will discuss the exercise of this lesson, and then we'll discuss the question answer. So previous lesson question answer already I have given you. So I hope all of you have written in your history copy. Now in this, what first you find the inside questions of this lesson. Then the quickies, these words already I have explained while explaining the chapter. What is the meaning of these words? Very important, because when you know the meaning of these words, then it becomes easy to understand the chapter. Then let's revise. Okay, let us revise. This is just for revision. You can read this part, because this will help you in revising the whole chapter in few minutes. Okay, then exercise I will discuss in my next video. Okay, till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home. Okay.